everybody, welcome back to my video. I'm Nono, and in today's video we are going to talk about the general analysis on the reading for intermediate level. And in this video what we're going to be observing is how to approach the questions in the reading type. Based on the multiple choice question types, we're going to look at how to approach these types of questions and how to apply these facts on the example of the reading test. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look. This is the general analysis. Okay, so the general analysis of the reading questions. So what we're going to be doing today is the multiple choice types. So before we get into this question, we need to know what we are experiencing. We need to know what to expect in the examination, right? So in this multiple choice question type, in the intermediate level, we will be given a question statement, like for example, an instruction or an email piece or something like that. Not a full information, but just a piece of information, and then it will be given as a question statement. So, and also, after reading that question statement, we will be given 3 options to choose from, like A, B, C, and something like that, you know. So from these options, we have to choose the correct answer, like what the question means and the options. So we have to choose the correct answer. So this is the multiple choice types remark. So this is not actually a time limited situation because we are trying to observe English as an intermediate level English user. So we are not actually, what we're doing is not actually preparing for the question, but we need to know how to approach the questions in certain ways, and also like preparing for whatever situation we are put into. So if you are in an examination, try it with a time limitation. So this is not a time limited practice for those who are not taking the examination, but for observation purposes only. So yeah, what we're doing today and these video series are we are going to observe how to approach the questions and also to analyze the text and also to criticize all of these things and also simplify all these things and stuff like that. We are observing in details. Next one, approaching the questions, read the given paragraph or the sentences first. So before going to the questions, we need to read the information first because this is like a very effective thing to do, and obviously most people will do that, but anyway, let's keep in mind what to do first. So before actually going to the questions, we need to know what the given information is. So by looking at the given information, we analyze it, we spread it into details, and we make notes of it. We analyze all of these things, right? So before going to the main options and main part of the question, we will look at the information first. We will analyze it, we will discern these things, and then we will break it down into simpler components or like details of a bite-sized information. So this is what we are going to be doing. Okay, so make your own simplified analysis. So make notes if necessary. So after reading that given information, we will make simplified analysis. We break that question into multiple parts. For example, we will be looking for a keyword, and then what does that keyword mean? So you have to simplify what this keyword means in order to make it much easier to go to the questions and to choose the options, to choose the correct answer, to say specifically. So this is like make your own simplified analysis. Make notes if necessary. So these notes are not actually the main part. It's just to make you understand more easily and to make it more like easier to approach to the questions and how to choose the questions options. So this is like a simplified notes if you need. Like you can do that if you want. This is optional. And make sure these simplifications are easy to comprehend and absorb before going to the questions. So what we want to do is that after we have analyzed, we will write that analysis down into our simplification. We will make notes out of it. just like the facts before this one. So what we want to do is that don't make it too complex. What we're doing right now is we are looking at the question and answering the question, like choosing the options. So we must make sure that it's the facts that we have done for ourselves are easy to understand and also to remember, like absorb the facts. Is like we need to remember all of these facts and information, and we have to carry all of that in our memory, and then we go to the questions to make sure which one means exactly the same as the question. So next one, so it says summarize your ideas to make it easier. So when you simplify your question, when you analyze your question, your analysis is going to be very wide. You are going to be in very much details just to make it very easy to understand. So it is fine, it is a good idea, but a better opinion, a better option to do is that summarize all of these ideas into one bite-sized information so that it's very easy for you to remember to go back to the options given questions. Okay. So obviously, after you have done all of these, you go back to the questions and then you choose the correct answer. These are only for like multiple choice types, like especially for the multiple choice types. Okay, so we have an example here. It says, nothing of value is left in this van at night. So this is like the question statement, a very short statement, but we have to look at this statement and then you have to do your analysis. So these are the given options. Valuable objects are removed at night. Valuables should not be left in the van. Or this van is locked at night. So what's better for you to do is that pause this video right now to choose your answer. And analysis here, it says nothing of value. So what we're doing right now is breaking the question down into more details and more understandable, comprehensible details. So it says nothing of value. It doesn't really mean that nothing is of value, because according to the options here, valuable objects and also valuables. So it doesn't mean anything like in the options in the given scenario. We don't see anything like there is no objects that are of value. It's not like that. It only means that valuable things. So it doesn't really mean nothing is of value. It only means valuable things. Is left in the van. So is left in the van. So this is like the scenario. It shouldn't be left in the van. These valuables should not be left in the van because this is the instruction. So at night is like we already understand it's at night. So nothing of value, no valuables, just like what we've talked about. We shouldn't have anything like anything that's valuable, no valuables. So is left in the van. So before we get to this point, let's go back to the question. So nothing of value is left in the van at night. Okay, so this is the statement. Number A, it says valuable objects are removed at night. So number A, it sounds a little bit like intentionally done, right? Because it said valuable objects are removed. So remove. If one person remove a thing, it can't be removed automatically because these are objects and people need to remove it. These things need people to remove them. So these things are removed by people at night. So this is intentional, intentionally done, intentionally removed. And number B, it says valuables should not be left in the van. So should not be left. Things can be left, obviously, like you forgot your keys, you left your keys. So something like that. This is very unintentional. So things could be left in the van unintentionally. So this is like unintentional accent. This is unintentional action. So number C, it says this van is locked at night. Do we see anything related to locked? No, we don't see anything related to locked because it says nothing of value is left in this van at night. It only says about left and nothing about removed also, and also nothing about locked. So these might be the tricks in the examination. So we need to go a little more in details than that. We can't look at the keywords or nearly the keywords. So we can't just decide on these semi keywords. So from number A, it's intentionally removed because of the passive voice. Yes, also it's because of the passive voice and because things are intentionally removed by people, according to the scenario given by the question. Compared to number B, we are comparing number A to number B. Compared to number B, it says should not be left. It's unintentional. So after criticizing all these things, we have to look back to the question statement, obviously. So the question says, nothing of value is left in this fan at night. This question has an expression, a certain expression. We need to know if it's intentional or unintentional. So nothing of value is left in this van at night. Although it sounds a little bit intentional because it says is left, it sounds some kind of like it's left by someone, something like that. But it's not actually like that because nothing of value, it means should be left. It shouldn't be left in this van at night because when we imagine the situation, nothing of value should be left in this van at night. In the reality situation, it's also always like that, right? Because we don't want to leave anything in somewhere else, and then these places also hosting people or things like that, they don't want people to leave their valuables unintentionally. So this is the scenario we have to imagine, and we have to think of the scenario. In some cases it is unintentional because nothing of value should be left in this van at night. So this question sounds unintentional. Therefore, we must go to the unintentional thing as well, which is number B. Valuables should not be left in the van. It doesn't say anything about at night, but it's like this one suits the most. And number A, it sounds a little bit familiar to the question, but it's not actually like that. We don't see anything about removing things. We only see things about like leaving things also. So like valuable objects are removed at night. This means that these are removed by people. Like this question doesn't say anything about being removed or anything. It only says that nothing of value should be left in this, which makes us to choose the number B as an answer. So yeah, that is the end of today's video. So this part is going to be like part 2A, the end of part 2A, reading for intermediate level. And in today's video, we actually learned and observed how to approach these multiple choice options, question types in this reading for intermediate level. So together with an example, how to approach the questions, how to use the facts, and like we try to apply to that and in an example. So yeah, that is the end of part 2A, reading for intermediate level. And later on, I will post the video for part 2B, reading for intermediate level, where we do exercises. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.